driving into town this morning to go work at the antique store for my required work day, and I just wanted to show you what a pretty day it is here. It is the beginning of January and it is going to be nice and warm and sunny today. We've just been flip-flopping back and forth in Georgia between extreme cold temperatures, and then we will have a day in the low 70s, so it's just a very strange weather pattern. I hope all of the plants don't get confused and start blooming this week. It's a really pretty day. I just wanted to show you what it looks like out here in the mountains of North Georgia. My plan for today is to take you upstairs again and show you a new vendor booth, and then show you another booth that I have in mind for today's little shopping trip. So it should be a fun morning. I love the old 1940s bungalows on the street. There's one that's been completely redone, but I must admit I like the old ones. That one's really pretty. A lot of times I can sort of get a sense for how busy we're going to be by just seeing how many people are walking around and how many visitors are here with us. And it's looking a little bit slow this morning, but we'll find out. I'm just making my way down our street. I worked on my booth yesterday and I redid this focal point at the back wall. It was covered in fall colored things, so I replaced it all with blue, white, and red, blue and white English china, and a couple of things that you might recognize from recent thrift haul videos. So I just like to come in and make sure nothing looks out of place, and it doesn't. It looks exactly like I left it yesterday. So we will make our way upstairs. Do you like vintage lunch boxes? I do. Ooh, they're different prices based on their value. I really like this bean pot. I like the colors. It's got red on the bottom. Someone was asking about Fiestaware on one of the videos. It's so cheerful. This is the new vendor booth I wanted to show you. Look at these gorgeous bookends in alabaster. I have to say that I really like her price tags. I like the brown natural color, and she has really nice clear handwriting, which is helpful when we are reading prices. We don't have barcodes. We do everything by hand. Okay, where are my Japanese stoneware people? Let's see, isn't that pretty? Baroque Japanese stoneware. No, I need to put this piece of paper back. So I will do that. She's got pieces of paper protecting each plate. What are these? Sango, occupied Japan. Those are pretty. Really into vintage fonts on covers of magazines and games and books and that sort of thing. Lots of antique photographs in this booth, which I think are very interesting. The John Deere lamp, that's cute. Anything owl sells. Look at that pillow, $23. That little note firm, that means that the price is not negotiable. Oh look, there's some vintage photography equipment. A film developing tray, $5, out of Rochester, New York. I'm into vintage toys. Here's a cute example. Roy Toys. Let's see. $7 on those. More vintage photography. There's a print. Oh, look at that. Look at the detail on the frame. Okay, it says 1880 lithograph by George Stinson, The Sleeping Child, $59. I had a viewer tell me that they prefer it when I read the prices, so I'm gonna try to do better with that because it's hard to see the price tags. Needlework is really hot right now, pretty much across the country, I think. It's kind of hard to see with the glare from the lighting above, but this is $15 for this framed example. $49 for these guys way up there. Look at the frame on that one too. Isn't this lovely? Okay, here she's got 3 frames. Well, excuse me, 2 frames displayed inside each other, or maybe it is all. No, they are 2 separate pieces, so that's cool how she hung those up. Okay, so the larger one is $99, and the smaller oval one is $49. Rosenthal Bavaria plate hung up right in the middle, $24.95, I believe that says. I'm having trouble seeing it too because it's high, kind of high up there on the wall. So this is our newest booth. Booth RAC. Noritake bowl, $9. I want to look at this. There's the Noritake stamp for you to see. Made in France for Macy's. Vendome platter. I'm probably not pronouncing that right. $35. Deviled egg dishes do well. I have bought and sold these many times. I like the milk glass ones with the golden trim on them. $14 for that. I like this jar. Okay. 1982 Mr. Peanut jar, $9. Alright, so that's our newest booth. This is a vintage. Oh, it's a clothespin bag. $9. I don't know why. When I looked at that at first, I thought it was going to be like a onesie for a baby. This case full of miniatures I really like. This is a different booth. This is booth SMM. And if you like miniatures, this is your spot. They're adorable. This is the other booth I wanted to show you, and there is so much to unpack in this booth because it is very full. I like booths that are very full like this one. And I'm going to save this booth for an upcoming shopping trip because there is just a lot to show you here. This soda machine is outside of booth MP, and I just really like it. It's not for sale, but it is being used to sell cold drinks, and it does work. This is booth MP, as I was saying, and I really like their style. The booth owner is also a local photographer, as you can see, and I purchased one of her prints. I purchased this one in a frame. Smoky Mountain Bear Cub. I just think that her photography is amazing. There's a doe, 15. Here's a pretty picture in a nice rustic frame. LaGuire Cemetery in Cades Cove at sunrise, $39.95. Isn't that pretty? Look at this. Female cardinal print, $20. And there is, ooh, a mama bear, $15. Look at that. Isn't that spectacular? We have an old Boy Scout uniform here. Or is this Cub Scouts? With the blue. Yes, it's Cub Scout. $24.95. It's a pretty piece of cross stitch. Embroidery wall decor, $26.95. Yeah, that's cross stitch. Isn't that pretty? I've got some cast iron on the wall. Some very vintage looking utensils. I am into kitchen utensils with the turquoise or green handles, but I also like the red. Oh wait, these are ornaments. So they must be reproductions. Okay, interesting. I have never seen that. This is pretty. This teapot. Let me see what it says. Berggren enamel pot. There's a vintage nut chopper back there. What brand is this? It's a false graph. Okay. This is not a pattern I see very commonly. If you are into old bottles, we have them. This is 1890s bottle. The Pre-Digested Food Company. Well, that is interesting and also gross at the same time. All right, where are my vintage makeup people? It's an old lipstick. I've showed you this booth before, but I just didn't get to it all. 4-drawer wooden box. I like that. 1997. What would you put in this? Or would it just be decorative? Or maybe you could sort your mail in it or something like that. These are pretty. Tiara Goblet Lord Supper, 1995. This marble candle holder, $26.95. Vintage cobalt glass, $9.95. Sorry, that was blurry, wasn't it? It's an interesting shoe, made in Japan, 1939. I can make that out. $7.95 for people who are into collectible shoes. Very nice looking duck. Hello there, $49. And some vintage soda pop bottles. There's a pretty Japanese teapot. This is cool. This is tall brown pitcher. Oh wow, look at this. Vintage 1960. I can't read this word. Ford fire truck, $39.95. Someone can probably tell me what this word is. Something that starts with an NY. Steel. I'm sure someone can help me with that. Pretty brass music box, $39.95. Mortar and pestle, $24.95. And then I wanted to show you these because I noticed these yesterday when I was here, and they are just lovely. I really like vintage perfume bottles. Here's one for $30. There's another one for $30. And then I like this Art Deco one. I had one of these recently and it flew off the shelves. It wasn't here long. I mean, it wasn't this exact one, but it was similar. $15 on that one and $38 on that one. This is booth number 7. Pretty piece. Jeanette Pink Depression glass pitcher in the Atom pattern, $48. It's lovely. All right, this is booth number 7. This is something that is secondhand new, so you can see that the dealer marks new on the tag, and I really like it. I like the puff balls. $25. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's little shop along with me at the antique store. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. If you like this type of content, please give the video a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, I look forward to seeing you again in the next video.